You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Well, Power the Man, this is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, we talking comics, but you know what? Different styles. We talking some manga. Al Mega talking manga. Yeah, that's right, baby. Because we got an amazing creator on deck today. Had a dope Indiegogo, but right now they got a pre-order campaign for something. You know what I mean? We're about to learn all about this from this amazing creator that's out there in the business, getting it done. An amazing creator, a future star for real. This is what we show up at Comic Crusaders. These are all people crusading to be the next best in this generation. Let me tell you, RJA is coming up. Who's that? Let me introduce the one, the only, the amazing Robbie J. Atkinson. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I am doing good. Well, I'm weaponized. I'm over here. I'm energized. I'm good. I'm excited. I read the little a teaser, and I mean a teaser. My God, stuff was about to go down, and you left me like an old school show, a cliffhanger. Like, oh my God, what's gonna happen next? Robbie, you know what? That takes talent and skill to be able to, make somebody feel like, oh my God, wait a minute. So you made me care. That means about the character. If I go, oh my God, what's going on next? So thank you for doing that. Thank you for allowing me to view that tease. And we're gonna talk and learn all about you. So for people that are unfamiliar, with the future star right here in the business, right in the building, let's know where you're originally from and the most important question you'll ever be asked in your life. Mm-hmm. All right, what is the first thing in fandom that you ever fell in love with?
Ooh, okay. Well, I hail from Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm a first generation American. My parents came from Jamaica. Wagwan. And honestly, I would say the very first fan. This is going to be unbelievable in relation to how the manga looks, and then this particular series I'm going to mention. I would have to say I was super big into Sailor Moon. I still kind of. I love glitter. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hold you. I have a weakness for all things pink, sparkly, and shiny.
You are the second creator I've had on deck that has mentioned Sailor Moon.
Look at that.
as something special in their lives. So, okay, bet that's pretty cool. Because when I watched that first iteration, because again, it was something new. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I found it cool that first iteration. Okay, this is awesome. But then I grew up, and started hanging in the streets, and then things changed. So I gotta catch up to see what did happen. I am interested because I like the Pokemon. I was kind of that first generation that watched that when it was coming up.
I'm still into Pokemon. I have a cousin who's married and has 2 kids. And before his first son was born, he bought me Pokemon Scarlet, and we were playing it together, like while he was in Florida. And I still love Pokemon.
Please tell me he named his kids after the Pokemon characters.
He didn't, but this is what he did. So when I went to Japan, actually, I bought him. I went to the Pokemon Tower, and I bought him I think a Charmander, and I think I bought him a Squirtle. Someone else got the kid a Bulbasaur, and he sat the 3 of them down in front of his son when he was finally born, and he could crawl, and he let his son crawl to which starter he liked, and he got the Fire type. I was like, yes, that's fam right there. He knows. He already knows. Fire type.
Love it. All right, so then talk about growing up. Then about your fandom and growing up with your fandom. Did you have a tribe that was down with you, or did you kind of keep your nerding to yourself?
Oh, it was totally like low key, because when I was in school, anime was not cool. I didn't mean to rhyme, but it was not, they looked at you funny, like, oh, you like that. They didn't even call it right. They're like, oh, you like that Chinese stuff, and it wasn't even Chinese. It was Japanese. you know. And I remember in like the early 2000s, every once in a while you'd see a kid with like a I don't know, a Hawaiian shirt with like an anime character on it. That was like popular. And then that stopped, and I would say I fell off a bit. And then when I went back to college and I was old enough to go back and research for all the series I used to watch, because I used to sit up, I used to sneak and watch like Adult Swim. I used to watch like Inuyasha, Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star. Those two, by the way, are actually inspirations for my manga. But I mean, I used to watch all of those, and I went back and rewatched them in college. And I also went back and started watching Attack on Titan back in 2013 when it first aired. I was like, what is this? Is this good? And I binge watched the whole thing in one night. So yeah,
I love that. You must be fun to chill with your shit. Hell yeah, let's go. That'll be fun. Let's binge. I'm one of those too. I'll be finishing things all. I finished a couple of series recently, not related to anime, but like City of God. Like, yo, I don't know if you've seen the original film, but they have a sequel series to this now on HBO Max, and they brought back OG cast like they're doing now. Phenomenal. Yeah. For real. What else? Oh, I did see the new Hellboy. So, it's not a superhero movie. It's not the Hellboy that we're used to. This shit is a horror movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. It's a horror movie. Like, I gotta tell people, when you go into it, I don't think this is Hellboy like comic bookers like we see with Ron. You know, like no, this is a horror movie. Yeah. And I enjoyed that aspect. You know, I think it fits more in the narrative of what Hellboy is anyway. Yeah, so you gotta see things like that.
Interesting.
Right? That's what I'm into right now that I've been digging. I got a little bit more, but I don't know. I just saw the new Walking Dead with Daryl, like, you know, and now you got Carol going to fucking France. Like, what is going on here? It's going off the rails, but whatever. The New York Comic Con's coming up, and hopefully I get to see these people and like find out where the hell you're going. But it's interesting. But anyway, all right. I'm a geek. You're a geek. Love it. So, all right. So you said you were lucky to have. You not lucky because you were quiet. There was no real fandom keeping it. You know, I grew up in a certain age too, so yeah, like we had to keep it discreet in the lunchroom too. I feel you. Like, yo. Did you read them? Yo.
Yeah.
Then I feel you. So how did your then creative spark come about? Was it during those quiet times, or was it something that was always within you? What happened? What was the day that you said, like, I want to do something?
You know, I think that from childhood, that creative spark was always there. My dad actually, so my late father, he loved comics. I grew up watching, like most of the times when I went to the movie theater as a kid, I grew up I went and watched the original X-Men back in like the late 1990s, early 2000s. I watched
Papa took you?
Yes, my dad took me. He took me from I was like 5 years old. We went to the movie with my dad, and we would watch movies, and it was always superheroes, things that he read the comics for, and then they made the live action version of. And because of that, I think he always encouraged that creative streak. He was always a fan of like film and storytelling and cartoons. So I already liked that to begin with. And I think that really, so I went into film. So you mentioned Hellboy being more horror. Actually, it's funny because I just got notified today that we got accepted into a horror film festival here in Atlanta. So I'm also a director.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yet another. Change your hat right now to the horror hat. What are we talking about here? Wait a minute.
Yes. I directed a psychological horror short that centers on sleep paralysis and kind of the concept of illusion. And yes, we are going to premiere on November 7th at the Buried Alive Film Festival. It's a 17-year-old film festival here in Atlanta. Thank you. And that was also something I co-wrote with my late father. And before he passed, he said to me, like, work on it until you're happy with it. This is yours. Bring it to life. And I did. So yeah, I that's a whole other thing. And that was what I was doing before I decided to go in the direction of this manga. But really, it was just to explore storytelling, because I just love storytelling. You know, we all love a good story. Think of the pandemic when everyone was sheltered in place. What were we doing? We were watching movies, reading books. I love it.
Well, I was doing podcasts. I remember there was 1 month during the pandemic, and February, you know, short month, right? I swear. Like I saw people say, "Oh, I was doing 2 podcasts a week. Oh, so stressful, dude." I did almost 35 podcasts in February. There
Wow.
was a day that it was basically one every hour back to back for 5 hours. That my ex-wife was like, "Yo, you're crazy right now." I'm like, "Yo, gotta get it done."
Yeah, gotta hustle, gotta hustle. I respect it.
Yeah, so I love this. I saw people, oh, I did actually really, I murdered everybody in that February of that year, I think, for that specific month. You crazy? But
I
of
bet.
course, I don't go for the cloud. I'm not talking about that. I'm just happy to be able to talk to people and put the stuff out there. So I never celebrate myself every day. Look what I did.
Yeah.
But I just want to mention that because I see people do that. Well, I did it too. It ain't no big deal. It just work. If you're here for these people, there ain't no reason to go like this.
This is true. It's true.
That's
Wow.
all. I'm here for you guys. I'm powerful. This is a great thing what you're doing. So talk to me because again, listen. I didn't grow up on anime. I'm an old school cartoon guy, and when I tell people when I got into anime, I'm anime film guy. I
Mm,
grew up in the '90s, so it was the films. You Fizzle on a Star, Ninja Scroll, Violence Jack, things like that.
mm.
Feel me? So when people talk about the series nowadays, it's like I hardly actually came into any series other than old school, let's say Voltron, Robotech. That's
Mm,
it,
mm.
possibly. You know what I mean? So no, started learning. I got a little bit into One Punch Man. You know what I mean? Kind of thought that was funny, making fun of superhero genre and
No.
whatnot. Attack and Tie-in as well. So talk to me, how did you get into manga outside of those film anime creatively? Like, who are your heroes and how did you get into the genre to build your story?
I would say I there's a philosophy that I kind of operate a lot by, and that's really getting back to what was your passion from childhood. And I think because I grew up during the age of Toonami, when Toonami was a thing in Cartoon
Oh
Network.
my God, Tsunami, yo, you throwing me back. I feel old. Now I make that's when this was actually more darker when Tsunami was starting. Yeah, for real. So yeah,
Right.
good times though. Yeah.
And so I think with that exposure, I always kind of just liked the medium. Like even as I got older, I just always loved to watch it, and I love the character development. I think too, being someone who so I studied abroad when I was in college. I studied abroad to Korea, and I studied Korean cinema. And you study foreign filmmaking and storytelling, and you see the difference in the sentimentality, how they frame stories, how they present characters, and I think a mixture of all of that over the years, plus just my love of the older like 90s era space anime, like I said, Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, Akira, things like that. I was
Okay. I saw it in the movie theaters when they did a
really,
re-release in New York. I
oh man.
took my daughter and we saw that on screen. Oh my God. Again, I had seen it back in the '90s, but she was so impressed. Like, wow, this looks great. I said, yeah, this is old school. How
Yeah,
great it still holds up. And to see it on the big screen, amazing. But let
yeah,
me ask you here,
yeah.
your finding, if you will, of the tsunami or those one, was that something you found on your own, or did
Yes.
somebody kind of influence you?
I found it on my own. I just was a
How,
Cartoon
how,
Network.
what happened? Tell me the day. I want to know this story. How did you find this? Do you?
Um, I don't even remember. I just remember you know what it is? Because I used to watch like so there was Boomerang, which doesn't even exist anymore, and then there was Cartoon Network, right?
Boomerang. Yeah, I just see another gray hair just now.
So I like if I wasn't watching Boomerang, right? If I wasn't watching like Popeyes and Tom and Jerry, I was watching like Dexter and Powerpuff Girl, right?
Oh
And
man.
you just watch that all throughout the day. You eventually hit that bump where they change it over to Toonami. And then if you continue watching, inevitably, like my parents would tell me, all right, go to sleep. And I would just wake up again and go and watch more TV. And I would be like, oh, Adult Swim, Inuyasha, this dude with long white hair. What's that? Why does this look so different from like Dexter? And I think I was drawn to the art style. I don't remember the day. I just know that like when I saw it, I like couldn't stop. Um, so yeah, I don't think maybe that answers your question. I don't remember the day, but I just know that when I saw it, I was like, I was got.
You got hooked. Got
Yeah.
you.
Hmm.
Got you. Like my thing, my attraction will always be Fist of the North Star. When I saw that film, I
Hmm.
was like, yo, this is so sick. I'm a Mad Max fan, so again, you give me this apocalyptic world, and then you got this dude that just got this power because again, accessing his pain, if you will. And this is all mental health too. This is somebody that uses mental health and pain to do something else and actually not use the power for bad. So there's a series called The Dark King, which is a sequel. Like, whoa, it's just crazy. I love it.
Interesting.
Did you see The Dark King yet?
I have not.
This is a North Star. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm missing out. I'm gonna have to jot that one down and check that out.
Rob, yeah. I'm gonna have to have you back just to have that as an anime fan, manga fan. I want to know what you feel. If you watch the whole thing, then let me know the movie and the series, and let me know what you think. It should be one anyway. All right, so getting creative. Talk about that creativity and getting into that creative space. Was it easy? I mean, what was the learning curves like? What were the challenges you faced as you try to start building your own, if you will? Because again, you're not from out there. You're here. You're American, right? So it's like there's American manga, if you will. If there is such a thing, or label, if you will. So how did you approach this?
So for me, this was very much just a returning. This is like an aspect of filmmaking being expounded on. What do I mean? So when you're directing a film, before you even get out there with the camera, before you even work with actors and actresses, you have to know what your shots are going to look like. And when you're working with your DP, you have a shot list. The shot list, typically, most people do not know, the storyboard is typically drawn. It's illustrated. And so this to me felt very much like a comfort zone in some regard, because it is taking the storyboarding aspect and it is elaborating on it maybe to the umpteenth power, and really focusing all of the storytelling on the storyboarding itself. That is why this did not feel so unfamiliar to me. But at the same, and I think it also felt familiar because when I started my business in 2019, we started right when the pandemic hit. So everything was already remote. Businesses were shutting down left and right. And because
not now.
Well, for me, it worked out because everything was turning to remote. And because everything was remote, a lot of the film projects we started off remotely, and then we'd eventually meet up in person. Likewise, with this creative process, it's been entirely remote. I have a team that one person's in North Carolina, one person's in the UK. The rest of the team is all over the world. I've never seen their face. We've never met in person. It's been an entirely online process. And so it felt familiar in that regard. The difference is that instead of being really the person who's talking to talent in terms of like the actors, you're talking to the illustrator and you're getting them to understand what is the character motivation, what is the character feeling right here, what's the background behind this, what kind of visual am I looking for here. And then in addition to that, you're also looking at the continuity. The character looked like this in this panel. Do they look the same in the next panel, or is something different? Let's make sure we maintain that continuity throughout. And really, then the storytelling, the writing, because if you don't write something vivid enough, so I use a filmmaking software to write my script. So every book, every manga, every volume is written like a script, mainly because I expect, and I'm claiming it, I'm speaking it into existence. The series will be animated one day. So I wrote it like it's prepared to be episodes. But when you write it and you give it to the script, when you give it to the illustrator, can they visualize everything you need? If they can't, then you have a lot of work to do. And so that is the many faces of this process. And that's where it's a bit more outside of my comfort zone, so to speak.
Okay, but so talk about then you stepping into that crowdfunding game with this project. Like, what was that like? And and again, even building the team, because again, you're talking about them understanding. Like, how did you know that the people that you chose were perfect for this? Where did you even find them?
So the team was found actually because I knew from like basically 2018 or so, maybe no, I would say 2021 is when I knew I wanted to try and expand out into some of the aspect of illustration. And so I was already trying to build connections for that. So my business focused mostly on commercial film. By then we hadn't quite shot this short film that I just mentioned earlier, Kalimba. And so I was really just thinking, like, I had 3 segments I wanted to operate within. I had an assistant and I said to them, collect a group of illustrators. I see one so far, collect some more, and let me go down the list. Let's reach out to them. Let's connect with them. The illustrator for the Seven Kingdom, T7K, was one of those illustrators that we got in touch with. And from 2021, I said to them, I have a project I want to work on you with. but it took it took me like 3 to 4 years to finally get around to like writing it and then deciding to do it. And I just knew that they were the right people because I mean, I worked with them for other projects in previous years. And although those projects fell apart because of the clients that we had, we maintained our relationship. And the artist was just like, bet when you're ready, let me know. And so with the Indiegogo, I mean, it was really an endeavor to try and get some just like foundational capital to work with, to apply to conventions, to be able to finance like the next volume, to be able to get all of the equipment and things that we need. So it was easy crowdfunding to an extent because once you already know how to articulate the value of the series, when you tell people that it's cyberpunk, solar punk, sci-fi, shonen, action adventure, dark fantasy, that it's a revenge and redemption story, when you know how to market it the right way, people run to you. And so it wasn't.
So why Indiegogo? With so many different crowdfunding platforms, I've always had to pick creators' brains on this aspect. You got Kickstarter, you got Zoop, you got Indiegogo, so many new different platforms, you know, from my comic, etc. Why Indiegogo? What advantages, if any, did you find maybe an Indiegogo for this type of project versus, you know, any other platform?
Yes. So Indiegogo, because I wanted to at least be able to walk away with something for all of the work that was being put into the crowdfunding process. And Kickstarter, which actually tends to be the more popular avenue for comic book creators, it has a policy that if you don't raise all of the money by the intended goal, you lose all of the money. So you don't get to walk away with that if you don't meet your goal. And that was something I didn't want to run into starting off. I wanted to at least build that foundational fan base where we could at least get something. And the money, it helped because, like I said, we applied to Anime Week in Atlanta, which is the biggest convention in the Southeast. We got accepted into that. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we were able to use that to finance putting together the equipment for the convention. So that was the first step because I wanted to see who in my immediate circle would be interested in the series, practice marketing and pitching the series to different people, getting them interested, knowing the psychology behind how to tell people about your series and what grabs them immediately, but equally knowing that regardless of whether or not you meet your goal, you want to have something that you can walk away with and use so that you can make progress. Because to me, to do all that work and not be able to keep any of the money because you didn't meet your goal or you missed it by, I don't know, $100, that would devastate me. But I do believe that Kickstarter will be our next endeavor because now we have the foundation. Now I know people will go beyond what we ask because they're more familiar with us.
No, I think that it's very true. It's not even fair to the backers that did believe in the project and pitched in for them to say, "Oh well, you know, sorry you were interested, but they didn't make the money." And it's not fair to those backers at all. So, you know what? I like that decision. You know, that's actually a fan's first decision. So that goes to show your integrity that you know you do care about fans and you want to show them like, "Yo, I got something that you guys are gonna love." And for those that are interested, I'm going to make sure it happens for you guys. So thank you for having that, you know, good, fiery entrepreneurial spirit. Hey, dig it. You know, and we're talking about this. These guys, everybody's like, what are we talking about? You know, sorry the pre-orders are closed. What's going on here? Well, there's the website. I just said here, countdown to pre-order window. We got 24 days. So what are we talking about here? Talk about this page. How can I order volume 1? My gosh.
So this is part of the game, and this is really an endeavor to make this is really an endeavor to engage the fans as well, and for anyone interested, because who appreciates something that's available at all times? No one. But when you know you can only get it at certain times of the year, then you hop on the opportunity, don't you? So
exclusive. Hey, Robbie got that exclusive. She like one of them Georgians. They got that good shit. Shh, everybody. Yeah. Once in a while, listen, you're gonna get that good.
Yeah, it's something like that, right? So, I mean, we wanted to create an experience where you have a window of opportunity to hop on to the website, and basically it's like Christmas, right? It's like Christmas a couple times during the year where when the window opens, you run in. So basically you register your name, your email address, all this information, and you will be put on the email list. So when the registration window opens in 24 days, then you will be notified. You click through the email marketing campaign, you click on the button, it'll take you straight to the page where you can order different packages and bundles. So technically speaking, you can go on TikTok and you can just pre-order just the first volume, and when it's released, we'll mail it to you. But if you want and I'm going to show you some merch here. If you want the stickers along with like a button, along with key rings, along with shirts, along with custom packaging.
Oh, what is that package? What is that? That is who did the art on that? That is so fire. What is in that box? Is that a swag box? Are you teasing me here? What's going on?
It's a swag box. It's got our 3 main characters for the first volume, and it's gonna come with everything in your bundle. So you're gonna get stickers, you can get shirts, you can get key rings. We're gonna probably add in. We have 2 mystery items, which may or may not be figurines. Cough, cough. But really. But you can get the full experience. We're going to have a Discord server for our fans, and when you purchase certain packages, you get access to that Discord server where you can talk about the lore. You can talk about like, oh, I suspect this about this character, or who do you think the next character reveal is going to be, really to build a sense of community. But this is for people who want those packages, who want that full experience. And that, I mean, in terms of the merchandise and what's appealing, I can show you a shirt that we have. And people have been saying, this is just one, by the way, but this is one of the shirts that is custom designed by yours truly.
No. I love the sleeves. Yo, check this out. Yeah, what? Yo, my people, you see how many things you can match that with, and especially kicks? Oh my God, yo, what? You get the red, black, and white kicks. They get them Jordans and some Jordans right there. Ooh! Man, you got the design eye. Yo, show it again. Hold on. Let me see. That shit is sexy, yo. I'm digging it. Yo, and I just love that. I don't normally see that most people change up the sleeves and do something in the back. Definitely use all that real estate. Great idea. And it looks really dope, yo. Love it.
Thank you. So that is another advantage of with the merch, getting the merch, which is limited edition. You're not really going to get it anywhere else.
Limited to how many? Can we talk about how many pieces there? Like, let's say for example, I say I need an autograph, so I could kind of put it up on the wall. Would you autograph it too? Like, what's popping with these shirts? Like, how limited are they?
Limited in that you won't find them anywhere else except during the pre-order window when it's open. So
limited to pre-orders. Whoever pre-orders, that's it. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this is like hip hop exclusive. Hip hop. When you hear this, it's like, these are some exclusive Jones right here. You better get serious. Y'all better get serious. This is some real stuff that Robbie bringing to the game. So talk about the web page that I'm showing off over here. So is this easy? I already signed up. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get back to the main page. I just signed up so I could make sure I get alerted because I need to get. I guess I like that shirt. So I'll be sure to look sexy at the cons with it when we're ready. Don't you worry. I'm already thinking again them Jordans just because of that shirt. Thank you. Thank you. The website where we got here. Talk about this beautiful website. Oh, look at that, yo. Look at the swag all together, yo. Oh my God. And the book, that it looks like it's a healthy, thick book. Like, how do you have an example of the book on you or no?
So that is actually a mock-up. That's a 3D mock-up of the cover. This is a sneak peek edition. So that's another thing. The series will always have sneak a peek and then the full volume. Sneak a peek is for those who just want to get a taste of it. It's going to be up on Manga
I
Plus
know
Free.
that tease you gave me, that crazy tease that got me excited because I said, "Damn it, man! I need to know." Oh my God! Did you see how dope that looks, folks? You better go. I mean, it's just simple. Again, look at the website right there. Sign up, get everything. Visit the webpage. This is you supporting amazing independent creators. I mean, so what's up? I mean, like, so once people order, when are we expecting this to go live? You're telling us to sign up now. So what's the last date? And then we drop that paper. And when we get in that, are we gonna have this in time for the holidays, for example? Because again, for all those geeks out there that have a loved one that love geek culture, like this might be a beautiful Christmas present if it arrives on time. Like, what are we talking about?
Ideally, I would like to have it ready by the end of December. We're set to release around the end of December, the latest around like January, because the team is
So a late Christmas gift for your best friend that loves comics and manga. A late Christmas gift. You say, "Oh, I didn't forget. It's coming." And you give them a
yeah.
number and that. That's what you gift them, a tracking number.
Yes. And so yeah, I mean, and I guess this is just a series that I think people are going to enjoy. We're deliberately making.
Talk to me about the series. Who are the characters? Like, what is this world? Like how wild is it? What are we getting into? What's the madness I'm going to start feeling in the world of the Seventh Kingdom?
So this is centered around our BIPOC female main character named Clarabelle Keita. And in essence, this is a story about a sheltered young woman who goes on a dangerous journey of revenge following the decimation of her village. Like everything gets wiped out. And right off the bat, she knows who did it. It's the Seventh Kingdom. And she learns that the attack may or may not have been not so unprovoked. And so she goes on a journey to learn about her family history because she's told that her family history is connected to the attack. And she ends up learning about the world around her in the process. And that's where we get to see the solar punk, cyberpunk, cyberprep, everything, international cultures reflected. And she collides with some dark revelations because she realized that a lot was kept from her.
Ooh, you hear this? Secrets, mystery, fights, action, drama. Hollywood baby manga being brought to you by an amazing up and comer in the game. I've been showing this. I mean, even look at this, folks, right here that Robbie was sharing. I mean, talk about this beautiful cover right here. Like, yo, that looks so sick. It's scary. I saw some videos about somebody trying to show off, like, hey, this is video of a spaceship coming out the moon out of a crater. Like, huh? And it actually kind of looked like this. So, Robbie, are you foretelling the future? What's going on here?
Yeah. So the cover art is actually, and that's the thing with the series. I know a lot of manga like to use a character as the cover art. For me and for this series, the cover art will always be a scene, like a major scene in the volume. So this is the moment where Clarabelle's village is destroyed and the Seventh Kingdom is actually in control of that ship. And in this world, every kingdom, so the total of 7 kingdoms, every kingdom has a different level of technological advancement. The 7th kingdom is the strongest. They're the most advanced. They're the most powerful in this fictional world of Pretoria. So the reason why that looks like an alien spaceship is because the 7th kingdom is a group of people on that planet that's so advanced that their technology doesn't even look like anything else that's in any of your
human parts. Oh my God, you run my mind. I'm a technophile. I'm one of those. I love tech stories and anything like that. Shit, I'm already seeing how far you could go. You could tie this shit into Matrix, Terminator. Like, thank you for bringing in this world, Rob. It's your fault that humans are gonna get exterminated eventually. This type of storytelling, my God, I love it. I love it. This is my shit. You like really blew my mind. Like, all right, folks, you see that link? That's how easy you can get involved. It's right there, but guess what? It's also the show notes. What did I say? The show notes. That's right. So go to the show notes. You know, obviously you can't click here because streaming doesn't make that easy. Go to the show notes and boom, there's the link there. Sign up right now. You got to get involved. This is an amazing project, and talk to me, Robbie. Like, are you going to be making any more appearances this year? Any conventions pushing the project and just signing things, talking about creative journeys? What's popping for the rest of the year?
Yes. So the voice actor for the character Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat, that voice actor Bob Carter, actually invited me to a convention that he's starting in Atlanta, and I will be a panelist there October 24th through the 27th. So that is something else lined up.
This month, October? 2024. Hey, how did you meet him? Yo, that's fire, huh?
Yeah, it's a funny story behind that. I used to work at my college radio station, and he used to call in because he was recruiting people to mentor and to kind of take into his studio to basically raise them up to be like the next set of voice actors. And he used to call my show at like great. I used to have graveyard shifts, so I would work from like 2 to like just a weird hour of the morning, and he would call and he'd be like, "Are you into voice acting?" And I thought it was a prank call. I was like, click. Like I was like, is this real? And then he called back again.
Out of my ear.
Right. And then he called back again and he's like, I'm not a prank. Like, seriously, are you into voice acting? And I was like, I'm not. Why do you ask? And he's like, come to my workshop. And my dad and I actually did. And we had a lot of fun. And then fast forward 10 years later, I run into him at an animation conference at Kennesaw State University. And he remembered me off the bat and was just like, I remember you. So here we are.
That's crazy. You know what? I would swear you're from New York then, because I did my first independent movie, but before I got that opportunity, I got hit up randomly by somebody. And then, oh, you want to be in the movie? I'm like, get out of here with your bullshit. I'm from New York. Like, yo, you trying to play me, son? Get out of here. And then the person I interviewed like a month before that was an actor. He apparently liked me. That was his agent. I wasn't aware. He didn't say I'm Steve's agent. Tell me something like that. No, yeah, you want to be in the movie? Like, get out of here, you weirdo. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm gonna believe you. And my boy hits me up like, excuse me, but my agent hits you up. Don't you want to be in the movie? Like, oh, that's real.
Right. But isn't it amazing how like great things can be right around the corner? And thank God, that just worked out. I can't.
God is good, but let me tell you, we just come up as city people. I think you say you're ATL, that's city. So we come from a different city perspective. We have this, we give you the side eye when you offer us something good. Like, wait a minute, what you need? Wait a minute. What?
It's like, yeah.
¿Qué pasa, hermana? Hey, I don't know. What? Listen, there's too much going on. You seen that Diddy shit? The world's going crazy. I don't know if I want to get involved in anything anymore.
Crazy.
But I do want to get involved in this. This is what I got involved because this is a fire project, and I really like that you even said I manifest an animated series. Like, yo, like if you can make this an animated series, like how many episodes we talking about? How many seasons do you have in that brain of yours?
Off the bat, it's going to be 3 seasons, and it's going to be at least like 30 to 50. No, not 30. It's going to be about 45 to 50 episodes per season.
Oh, you're bringing it old school. I love it. Yes. Listen, this is what I love about this. Is the one thing I do respect about anime, and because you're bringing it back to, like, if you look at back Masters of the Universe, those seasons, those are like 30 episode seasons and shit. You know what I mean? Like, that don't happen nowadays. 16, 20 at most. 20. Actually, it went down. Like, it went from those 40s to 24 to 12 to 8 to 6. You know what I mean? Like, bring it back. We want full stories in the season. I love that. See, it's gonna happen for you. Please make this happen, folks. All you gotta do is go to rpxmediaproduction.com, /TX7close. Please show the love over there. And also, I need you to follow on Instagram and Threads and X at _7th_kingdom. 7th with the number 7, all right? Make it easy. And then on TikTok, it's the 7th Kingdom, one word, with the number 7, all right? TH, right? Easy peasy. Yeah, you got to show that love. You got to show that love for amazing independent creators like Robbie. Like, Rob, talk to me now. Advice, like with people trying to step into the game now, based on your journey. What type of advice would you give them, especially trying to create American manga, if you will?
I would say first thing is mindset, because you can try. There are so many things in life that you can try, but if your mindset isn't right, you're gonna have a hard time. I was talking to my cousin about this the other day. I read a book just yesterday where the author said that most people assume that they cannot do something, and therefore they go for the smaller, less invigorating, less exciting, less fulfilling route because they think it's safer. But that's why some people are able to achieve great things, and there's more factors to it than that, but it's simply being able to believe that what you want is possible and being brave enough to ask for what you want.
Woo! Folks, this is what I've been trying to tell you. I'm so happy to have met someone that also understands that. It's about asking, manifestation. The power is within us. It is within us. It's just, you gotta ask, believe. I mean, listen, I've even heard that if you think about this for even just 16 seconds repeatedly, the algorithm will catch up with your brainwave. Like, let's make it happen. So I'm gonna be thinking for 16 seconds to make this into an animated feature because I want to see it. Then we're gonna, and with her 16 seconds and anybody else 16 seconds, guess what happens? The algorithm will make it happen. We're gonna see that. So I can't wait. I can't really wait. Yo, Robbie, you are amazing. Virtual high five, kaboom. You're an awesome guy. Appreciate the energy, the smile. Like you get it. You know what I mean? Like being in the business and just pushing forward. I can't wait. And for again, all the links will be below for the socials, for the website. Make sure you check out the project. And should I show you again the artwork? Look at that beautiful cover. And then also let me show you that the website. I mean, look at all that.
When you scroll up, if you press, there should be an X somewhere at the very top of the page. Press that X, and that is where they can see the website. And they can scroll down. They can see overviews. They can see even influencer commentary. You see all the commentary people have made to the left there, and you can
look at that. Woo! Fuck! Oh, look at that! My God! Look at that. I mean, and listen, I love that. It's available everywhere. Your phone is going to be a book for your tablet. Oh my God. Shao Kahn, panels, appearance. Look at the appearances, kicking ass, getting the business done. 2020. So would you say that this year was busy for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? I would say that this was no more busy than when I was shooting Kalimba, because Kalimba, I had 1 month to prepare for 3 days. And those 3 days were probably the most hectic days of that whole 2023 for me. So this whole year is almost like Kalimba level work stretched out over a year. So it didn't feel so stressful to me.
And so let us know again, for those again that maybe have caught on late to know about that film you did. And again, there's so many films, festivals again involved. I can't wait to even know about that. But let them know again, they want to catch up. So your film side, like where can they go again for the film?
Yes. So if you go to rpxmediaproduction.com/Kalimba, they can see the official page for the film. Or if they just go to rpxmediaproduction.com and tap on the film tab at the very top of our page, that will take you all the awards we've gotten. That'll take you to upcoming films, upcoming premieres, things like that. So,
you know what? I can't leave without. So they show that. Boom! Look at that. Throws the suspense high and throws the suspense in excellent direction. Atkinson's horror film is a beautifully crafted and engaging piece of cinema. Hey, oh my! Look at those high praise. Wepa. Coming soon to theaters, folks. Just check it out. Stay tuned. Look at those awards there. Yeah, this is a real deal, amazing independent creator that is doing film, manga, and more. It's anime. Again, it's going to happen in cartoons. We're manifesting here. Let's go. Let's go. With that, Robbie, again, thank you for your time. I appreciate to all my crusaders that were tuning in across the board on all the different platforms. I appreciate you, especially Twitter. Twitter been popping hard on watching lives. They just be staying quiet. It's the only thing about that platform. They stay, quiet. Come on, my actors, let's go. It's all right. Talk. The amazing creators ask these questions. They got this knowledge, and if you're out there in the business, for sure. Again, but if you do have questions, guess what? I am sharing the socials. Maybe you could check them out, show them some love, follow. Show them love first and respect. And then if you have a question, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to, answer you because. For real, Robbie is the future. RJA, baby. Everybody's wearing them shirts. You know what I mean? RJA Productions, films. Oh, let's make it happen, baby. All right?
Yes.
My Crusaders, thank you. Robbie, thank you. Everybody, you guys all rock. Appreciate you. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. ¡Huepa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.